All right, guys, welcome to another Chords and Core session. Coach Jim here. So we've been working on this for some time, really breaking down the stroke. We're going to add in another element of breaking down that stroke for this session. So yeah, let's be really mindful every single stroke. Let's be able to apply that mindfulness to the pool. From what I'm seeing from you athletes that are partaking in this every Monday, transferring it to the pool is coming more and more naturally. So keep it up, guys. Keep that mindful work going. Let's make sure we're not stressing those traps, stretching that neck. So if you want to just put your hands in that wide position, shrug up, and then bring your scapula down your back. And remember, that's the position we want to be in as we pull those cords. We don't want those cords to pull our traps up, engaging those traps and forcing them to work as opposed to our lats. So do that a few times, shrug up. Then bring your scapula down. And remember that Y is our starting position in the extension of our stroke. If we're too narrow, as we rotate, we're going to cross over. So nice and wide entry, relaxed traps, using the scapula, the upper back, in order to get into those lats. So we're going to work on a lot of accelerating through the stroke today, a lot of explosive acceleration from front to back. So I'm going to be keying on that a lot throughout this workout. So let's grab our stretch cords. We're going to do 3 by 45 seconds, nice and easy. Between each, we're going to hit a core workout or a core set. So grab your cords. We have 45 seconds, nice and easy. Remember, we're going to start in our Y position. You're hinged at the hips, flat back. You start in your Y position, and nice and easy in 3, 2, 1. So remember, you have set up, power through, and finish your stroke. Don't worry about going fast right now. We're just getting the body moving. Nice and wide at the start. Fingertips are at an angle downward as if you're pointing to where the wall in front of you and the floor meet. You don't want to try and crank that arm too high in your extension, which is going to stress the shoulder and the upper arm. So nice angle downwards as you extend in that Y, so you can get into that setup and propulsion phase. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's get our core. We're going to work on our hip mobility. So you're going to get into your plank position. You get into your plank. Who is this? Hang on, I'm gonna stop this today. Connor, what are you doing? Oh, you're not in this workout. All right, so get in your plank position. And what you're going to do is you're just going to tilt your pelvis forward and stick your butt up. And then you're going to curl it under. And that curled under position is where you want to swim from. You don't want to swim with that butt protruding out. So for 45 seconds, you're going to hold the plank and curl your hips under, then stick your butt out. Curl your hips under, then stick your butt out. 45 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Stick your butt out, then curl it under using those lower abs, and realize and recognize that that's the position you want to be in as you're swimming. Don't let that butt, swimming, biking, running for that matter. Keep those hips curled under, let those glutes stay engaged. If you need a little help, you can put your knees down and do it from that position. Otherwise, drive your heels back, nice straight legs. And just keep curling those hips under using those lower abs. And use those same lower abs and press the butt up. 3, 2, 1. Good. Really pay attention to that pelvis as you're working our disciplines, swimming, biking, running. All right, 45 seconds, nice and easy again. So as I was saying, at that start position, you want to be slightly angled down. It's all dependent on your flexibility. Fingertips should be angled down in that Y position. 45 seconds, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Nice and easy, guys. Remember, we climb the ladder 60%, 70, 80, 90 fast. These are easy. Just getting the body warmed up. So you start at that downward angle, As you set up, you feel that armpit open. And you keep that armpit open all the way through the stroke until you press those hands all the way through. Never letting that elbow drop. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, so the next plank variation we're going to do is you're going to get in your plank position and you're going to curl your hips under like we just did. Curl your hips under. And from that position, you're going to keep the hips curled under and you're going to go into the push-up position. And back into the plank, back into the push-up for 45 seconds. Don't let your hips tilt side to side. Keep them nice and sturdy and square to the ground as you complete this. 3, 2, 1. Curl your hips under. And now go plank the push-up from that position. Once again, if you need a little help, you can put your knees down and do it from that until you progress into the knees up. Not about speed, it's about control. Keep those hips curled under and keep those hips square to the ground. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Last round of the warm-up. So if you're doing it right, you should be feeling those lats turn on every stroke. So as I was saying, angle down in a Y position, open the armpit, elbows up, and drive through. 45 seconds, nice and easy. In 3, 2, 1. Keep it easy, guys. Don't worry about speed. Start in that nice wide Y position. Fingertips angle down. And you move into that externally rotated elbow position. Elbows up, open armpit. Feel that armpit open. Then you drive your hands through all the way to the full finish. Nose is pointed straight down. No tilting, tucking, or lifting your head. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, so the last plank variation, you're in the push-up position, and just at your own speed, not letting your hips move side to side. Just gonna lift your arm one at a time at your own pace. Don't let anything move but your arms. Keep everything else nice and sturdy. 45 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Eyes are pointed straight down, hips are curled under. And use your scapula to lift your arm. If you need a little help, you can widen your stance with your feet. Once again, you can put your knees down. Do it from that position. If you challenge yourself, just widen your stance a little bit, that'll help. But keep those hips curled under. There should be no stress on your lower back. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, good. Get a drink. All right, so the last few weeks we've been breaking down the stroke into our setup phase, then our propulsive phase, and our finish. We're going to do the same thing this week, but we're going to do it one arm at a time. So just real quick, before you guys, while you're getting a drink, you're going to have, let's start with our left arm. Your right arm is going to be straight out. Your left arm is going to set up for 30 seconds. Then it's going to propel through for 30 seconds, starting at the end of the setup. And then you're going to finish for 30. Then you're going to go 30 seconds full left arm. And we go to the right side. So we do our full left side and we do our full right side. And then we finish with both arms for 30 seconds. So it's a longer set because we're breaking it down one arm at a time. So remember, the first phase is just the setup. Open the armpit, stop at the point where your hand faces back. The second phase, you're starting at that spot and propelling through. Notice my armpits open, elbows up. And the third is just pressing back, working that tricep, working the finish of your stroke as that hand is flat and pushes through. Right arm stays straight out at that angle, half of a Y position the whole way without moving. Left arm only, set up in 2, 1, just the setup. There's no propulsion here. Open your armpit, get the elbow up, and it doesn't have to be super high in front of you. It's wherever your flexibility allows you to go when in that starting position. So angle your fingertips down. And then open your armpit, get your elbow up. In 5 seconds, we're going to start the propulsive phase. 2, 1. So we're just going to drive our hand through from that ending position of the setup. Open your armpit, guys. I see some elbows dropping on that camera. Keep the armpit open, elbow up, and drive through. That elbow never drops when you're swimming. Elbow drops means you're losing that water. You want to scoop it up. It's a big open armpit scoop. 3, 2, 1. Now we're just going to finish our stroke. Flat hand, pressing back, and you should really feel that tricep work. That last phase of the stroke that a lot of us adult onset swimmers forget because it's painful. We need to work that tricep and get used to this motion of finishing your stroke and pressing that water back. Make sure that right arm in front is not moving. 3, 2, 1. So now left arm, the full stroke all the way through. Set up, power through, finish. Nice and easy, guys, not fast. But you're making sure you open your armpit, drive it all the way through, and finish your stroke with that flat hand. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to set up with the right hand. No propulsion. Just open the armpit. Get the elbow up. And don't try and crank those fingertips high at the beginning of the stroke. It's a nice downward angle. And the less flexibility you have in that shoulder, the more of a downward angle you have. I don't care if you feel like you're digging into the water. Work with your flexibility. 2, 1. Now we propel through with that right arm, starting with that open armpit. Hand facing back. Make sure you're accelerating through the stroke, front to back. Not just one speed. At the start to the back, you move faster as you move through the stroke. Think about that explosive movement. 2, 1. Now just the end of your stroke. Finish it off. Feel the tricep work. Hand stays flat behind you. Flat hand, guys. Pay attention. That hand has to face the wall behind you. Otherwise, you're letting go all that water you grabbed in the propulsive phase and not letting it work for you. Keep that hand flat. 3, 2, 1. Right hand only. Set up, power through, accelerate through the stroke, and finish. Elbow up, guys. Big open armpit, and accelerate through to that flat hand finish. Ten seconds. This is still a 60% effort. I know the muscular stress is tough. 3, 2, 1. Now both arms for 30 seconds, put it together. Set up, accelerate through the stroke, finish your stroke. Still not too fast. Just getting the movement pattern down, and slow down if you need to. Three, 2, 1. Good. We're coming through the stroke here, guys, and we don't finish with that flat hand. All this water we're pulling here, we're just letting up on and not letting it work for us. We got to take the water and press it back. All right, on your backs. We're just going to do some bridges. So what you're going to do is, once again, your hips are going to be curled under you. Your hands are going to be locked above you, and you're going to press up and then down. So you should feel a nice stretch in your front, but I want your glutes working. So you're going to press up through your heels. Hold it for a second. Come back down. Curl your hips under you. Let's go for 45 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Eyes are straight up. Press up through your heels, guys. A nice, good tempo. Don't let the knees fall in. Keep the knees aligned, straight up. Keep those hips curled under. Your fingers are interlaced. And press up through those heels to help you engage those glutes. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, back to our single arm. Shake it out. All right, second time through, you should feel a little better on this one since we did it once already. All right, 30 seconds at each position. Let's start with our left arm again. Set up for 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Keep your eyes straight down. You're just setting up the stroke. There should be no propulsion here. When you move them from the extension into the setup, all you're doing is moving your hand into the correct position to apply force for the water. No propulsion or no pressure is added in this part of the stroke. Eyes are straight down, you're hinged at your hips. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Left arm, just propel that water back, accelerate front to back. Boom. And say that to yourself every time you come through. Boom. Keep that right arm straight out in front of you. Accelerate through that stroke, starting with that open armpit position. Three, 2, 1. Now just finish your stroke for 30. Feel that tricep engaged, and you slow it down, just to get the feeling of that flat hand behind you. Eyes are pointed straight down. Five seconds. 3, 2, left arm only. Set up, accelerate through, finish the stroke. Starting in that half of a Y position, right arm isn't moving. Open your armpit, guys. Make that your focus as you set up. I see some armpits closing as I'm watching the camera. Open the armpit. Reach over the barrel. 3, 2, 1. Right arm set up. Just set it up. Open your armpit. Reach over the barrel. Get the elbow up, externally rotate your elbow. Get that hand in position to apply force front to back and get into that acceleration. No propulsion here. 3, 2, 1. So from the end of that, accelerate through the stroke, big open armpit. Eyes are straight down. Good. Accelerate through, guys. Never want to just pet the kitty as you drive that hand and those lats through the stroke. Accelerate, explosive, dynamic movement front to back. 3, 2, 1, just the finish of the stroke. 30 seconds, feel the tricep work. Hand stays flat as it presses that water back. Make sure that lead left arm is in that half of a Y position. It's not crossing over the front, not moving. Eyes are straight down. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. Right arm only, set up, accelerate through, finish. Open armpit, don't drop your elbow. Good. So some good open armpits with a focus on that, guys. Remember, you're at an angle at that extension position. Don't let those fingertips creep up to be even with your shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Both arms for 30 seconds, set up, accelerate through and finish. Big acceleration. Really feel that power and that drive and that dynamic, explosive movement once you get from that setup into the propulsion phase. Explode, guys, explode. Come on. That armpit's open, you're getting into those lats. It's going to help you feel that power. 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to bridge position again. So if you want a little of a variation here, so if you're comfortable just doing the bridge pumps like we just did, let's keep it there. If you want to vary it, the next progression is you're going to come up, fingertips are intertwined, and you're just going to kick out left, right, and you're going to stay in the bridge position the whole time, keeping those hips up. So weight stays on the heels, and at your own pace, you're just going to extend the feet, point the toes as you do. 45 seconds. 2, 1. Curl your hips under, bridge up. Now, if you want to march or extend those legs, you can do that. If you're comfortable just doing your bridge pumps, you can just stay with the bridge pumps, keeping those hips curled under. But as you extend, make sure those hips stay nice and square to the ceiling, and you're not letting them dip one side to the other or tilt. Got to really stabilize with the core. Keep the hips curled under you. Keep your glutes engaged. Don't let those hips drop as you fatigue. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, one more round of our stroke breakdown. Shake it out, relax your traps, relax your neck. You guys are doing great. Remember, this one is not about speed. It's about focusing on how you're moving through the stroke. So if you need to slow it down, in order to get through it and do it right, slow it down. I don't want when you're fighting through it and getting ugly. So left arm, let's get our setup phase. Let's hit it here in 5 seconds, in 10 seconds. Just remember, shrug up. Now relax your shoulders, bring those traps down, reminding yourself to stay in that relaxed position. 2, 1, left arm, set up only. Open the armpit. Just set up, guys. Just set up. I see some of you guys starting to move into the propulsive phase. You're just moving from that extension to the setup. That's it. Just the first skosh of your stroke. No propulsion. 2, 1. Now into the propulsive phase. Accelerate front to back. Got to get the elbow up in order to get those lats working, which are going to give you that explosive movement. 15 seconds, keep accelerating through the stroke. Don't worry about how many reps you're getting in. Worry about the quality of each rep. Eyes are pointed straight down. 3, 2, 1. Now just finish your stroke, flat hand, feel the tricep work. Right hand in front is not moving. It's at that downward angle, half of a Y position. And use that elbow to drive the hand back, which engages the tricep. So you still have the high elbow with that left arm. And that's getting that power into the end of the stroke. 3, 2, 1. Left arm only, set up, accelerate through, finish. Starting in that half of a Y position. Still nice and easy. Set up, accelerate through, finish with a flat hand. Come on, guys. Just keep together. Keep it beautiful. Nose is pointed straight down, looking at the ground. 2, 1. Right arm only, set up. Just coming to where those fingertips point down and we're stopping. Bringing it back to the start. Good. This is a very small movement here, guys. You're thinking, oh, I'm moving too little. I need to move more. It's not about moving a ton in this point of the stroke. It's about getting it right. 2, 1. All right, accelerate through the stroke. Propel. This is where the speed happens. Accelerate front to back. Big explosive movement to that flat hand finish. Open armpit, elbows externally rotated to the wall to the right of you. 3, 2, 1. Just finish your stroke. Use the tricep. Elbow up. Helping you drive that flat hand back. You shouldn't be pressing up with your fingertips. That means water is going up. It's going to drive your body down and not forward. Hand is flat, pressing the water back, which will drive you forward. 3, 2, 1. Right arm only, set up, accelerate through, finish. Fingertips are at an angle, half of a Y position as you start the stroke. Set up, accelerate through, finish with that flat hand. Five, 3, 2, 1. Both arms nice and wide at the start. Set up, accelerate through, finish. Don't worry about speed, worry about power. It's not how many reps you can get in. It's about how much water you can pull with what explosive power that moves you through the water. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. You're back again. We're going to do that same variation we just did. 45 seconds. Hands intertwined above you. Curl your hips under, bridge up. And march left, right, extending with that pointed toe. 45 seconds and 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Curl your hips under, bridge up. At your own pace. Try and keep your hips up like there's a string pulling you straight up. Keep your glutes engaged. Really stabilize with that foot on the ground as you kick that other leg up. But do it nice and slow so there's no wobbling in those hips. Really control it. Remind yourselves to tuck your hips under again. Three, 2, 1. All right, get a drink. Nice work, guys. That was a tough set. Grab a drink, shake it out. When I see that setup, I see some of you guys trying to do too much. You're going from the extension position into partway through your propulsion phase. It's extension to setup. Extension just into that hand back, hand open armpit, hand facing back, open armpit, and you stop. We're just working on that. You're not trying to do too much in that setup. All right. While you're getting your drink, we're gonna do our catch-up stroke that we've been doing the last couple of weeks. So we aren't the helicopter in the water. We always need to get propulsion in that front quadrant. If we're moving our hands too fast, like a helicopter blades move, move like this, right? You don't want to be moving like a helicopter blade. You want to be pulling. Wait until that hand gets close to the front before we pull that other hand. But as triathletes, we want to move our arms quickly. We want to, oh my God, I got to move my arms. If you do that, you're not getting purchase on the water. You want to wait. It's not a full catch-up stroke. It's just waiting until your hand gets into the front quadrant before the other one moves. Very, very important part of the stroke that a lot of us neglect. So we're going to pull with our left hand, bring it back to the front, then pull with the right. Left, right. All the time thinking set up, accelerate through, finish. Set up, accelerate through, finish. We're going to do it for 2 minutes. Each 30 seconds, we're going to increase intensity. So in order to climb the ladder, you got to start nice and easy. We're going to go 60%, 70, 80, and finish fast, 90%. So we want to change the intensity every 30 seconds, upping it by 10%. So here's a 2-minute effort, catch-up stroke the whole way through. 3, 2, 1. So it's starting nice and easy, guys. Don't pull that lead arm until the other one gets to the front. Fingertips are angled down. You're starting in that nice wide Y position. And it's easy, 60% effort. Armpit opens up as you set up and get that hand facing behind you. 2, 1, increase your tempo slightly, 70%. Everything's still perfect. You're accelerating front to back. And as we increase effort, you get more explosive and more dynamic as you move that water front to back. Every stroke you're finishing with your flat hand. 3, 2, 1, 80%. So bring it up a little more. It's still maintainable. It's getting a little higher heart rate, maybe breathing. It's becoming a little more labored, but still maintainable. Open your armpit every stroke. 3, 2, 1, 90%. Now we really feel that explosiveness front to back. Set it up, explode through. Finish with your flat hand. Make sure that lead arm is not moving. Stays in that half of a Y position. You're not pulling. Time, your elbows are down. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Guys, you got to watch your elbows. If you're pulling like this, at any point in the stroke, that elbow's dropping, you're losing water. Elbow has to be up. All right, elbow has to be up, externally rotated. All right, on your stomach, do some opposite arm, opposite leg Supermans. You can extend it out, toes pointed, fingertips away from you. You're just gonna lift, lift, opposite arm, opposite leg. 45 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Nose is pointed straight down. Lift up, hold it for a split second, then bring it back down. Make sure you're engaging the glute. You're lifting from that scapula. Toes are pointed, leg is straight. Reach the fingertips away from you as you lift up. Ten seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Good. Guys, you got to be mindful every single stroke. I can't have you guys dropping your elbow because I'm not there watching you every second. Elbow up, externally rotate. If the elbow's dropping, you're losing water and it's worthless. You may as well go down to the beach and run. Keep the elbow up. Pay attention. If you need to slow it down and do it right. 2 minutes. Catch-up stroke. Starting at 60% for 30 seconds. Here we go. Same thing. Start in 5, 3, 2, 1. Open your armpit, elbow externally rotated. Feel those lats turn on. Nose is pointed straight down. You're still accelerating through the stroke at 60%. It's just not with the ferocity you have at 90%. Pay attention to all 3 phases that we just broke it down to. Set up, propel, finish. 3, 2, 1. Little more power, a little more explosiveness, 70% effort. You're still starting in that Y. I'd rather you be wider than narrower, guys. That's going to help you get into those lats. It's going to help you get the elbow up. The wider you are at the entry, the easier it is going to be to get your elbow up. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 80% now. So feel that explosiveness. Go with a wider Y. Feel yourself get into your lats. Get a little bit out of your comfort zone and feel what it's like to have a wider entry. Open your armpit. Every stroke, guys, really pay attention. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 90%. Come on. Still waiting for that stroking arm to return to the front before you pull with the other arm. But there's a lot of acceleration front to back. Set up, accelerate through, finish. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good work, guys. Way to climb the ladder. Very nice. Stomach. You do your opposite arm, opposite leg Superman again. 45 seconds. Really lock out those knees. Make sure your leg stays straight, or make sure you're raised from your scapula. 3, 2, 1. Eyes and nose are pointed straight down. Feel the timing of that hand and foot working together. as they raise off the ground. You want this timing in your stroke. 2, 1. Something we can get into at a later date, but as that left arm kicks, you want to extend out with your right arm, your right hand. Right foot kicks, you extend out with your left hand. That's how the kick timing works into your extension. All right, one more round of these. Start it nice and easy, do it right. You're not moving your arms quicker as we up the intensity. You're adding power and acceleration to the stroke. So left arm, or whatever, either arm to start. We're doing the catch up, so 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So really nice and easy, 60%. Feel your hands catch up to each other at the start. Make sure you hit that front quadrant without moving that lead arm too quickly. Leaving the front before the other one gets there. It's fine to do on these. I mean, you can't really get away with moving that hand too fast, but I want you to really relate this feeling to the water when you swim later this week. 2, 1, a little more intensity, 70%. Set up, accelerate through at that open armpit, high elbow, and finish the stroke. Don't let that lead arm move as you stroke with the opposite arm. Keep it in the half wide position. Five seconds. 2, 1. A little more intent, a little more explosiveness, 80%. It's not about how fast you're moving your arms. It's acceleration under the water. It's where that high elbow, open armpit really come into play. You're dropping your elbow, you're not going to be able to get that explosive power. You're relying on the small muscles to move you. Get into those lats. 2, 1. Come on, guys, 90%. Accelerate through the stroke. Big power. Every stroke. Don't let those hands cross over at the front. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Might have shorted you 30 seconds there, but that's okay. On your stomach, opposite arm, opposite leg. 45 seconds. Here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1. Go. Feel the foot and the hand work together. Lift with your glute. Lift with your scapula. Relax your traps, relax your neck. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Good drink. We just have 1 set left. All right, just to work on that explosiveness, we're going to go 20 seconds. Big explosive power, 90+%. 20 seconds, we're going to back it down, 75 to 80%. And then the last 20 seconds, big explosive power again. We're going to go 2 hands. You can really feel that boom. Set up, boom, follow through, finish your stroke. You can even say boom every time. So 20 seconds, high intensity, 20 seconds tempo, 20 seconds high intensity to finish. It's 1 minute. We're gonna do this 2 times through. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Come on, 20 seconds. Big explosive power. All 3 phases of the stroke. Set up, explosive power, finish. 2, 1, back it down, 80% tempo. Just take your foot off the gas pedal a little bit. Still perfect stroke, high elbow, open armpit, finish your stroke. Fingertips are at an angle down as you enter. 2, 1, let's go, come on. Explosive power again. Feel those lats work. If you feel in the shoulder, you're feeling in your traps, your arm, your upper arm, that means your elbow's dropping. 2, 1, good. All right, just gonna hit some bicycle crunches to get some good transverse plane work. So you're just gonna go opposite elbow, opposite knee, point your toe. As you extend the leg, 30 seconds, bicycle crunches. 5, 3, 2, 1. Just 30 seconds here, guys. Don't yank on your neck. Hands are on your ears. And extend that leg. Lock out that knee as you bring the elbow to the opposite knee. Five seconds. 2, 1. Good. All right, one more of these, guys. Feel that explosion, that acceleration. This is definitely something you got to work on in the water. It's not comfortable. Really focus on it, especially as intensity increases in these next couple weeks in our swims. 20 seconds, high intensity, explosive power, fast. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Eyes, nose pointed straight down. Enter at the angle, elbow up, open armpit. Accelerate through the stroke. 2, 1, slow it down. Tempo, 80%. Just applying a little less force as you move that water front to back. 5 seconds. 2, 1, let's go, finish it off. Big power, 90+%. Finish your stroke with a flat hand. 5 seconds. 2, 1, good. All right, one more bicycle crunch. 30 seconds here. Here we go, 5, 3, 2, 1. Don't yank on your neck. Using your core to move side to side. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, stay on your hands and knees. Get some mobility work. Just gonna go opposite arm, opposite leg. As you come back to the start, you're gonna bring that arm, that hand around, pinky faces away from you. As you come back to the start position, and you're gonna switch sides, opposite arm, opposite leg, stretch them out, pinky away from you as you come back to the start position. So you're opening your chest, opening, getting some mobility in that scapula. So at your own pace, really, eyes are pointed straight down the whole time. Come to that nice bird dog position before you come around. Core is engaged, providing that stability. Do one more on each side. Good, shake it out. All right, let's do down dog, the push-up position, back and forth. Press up through your hands, drop your heels to the ground, really stretch that tailbone up to the ceiling. Drop your head, get that stretch in the lower back. So you should feel it all in that posterior chain, guys. Then you move into your push-up position, curl your hips under, keep it there for a second, and then back in your downward dog. Spread your fingertips. Really press into the ground. Lift that tailbone away from you. And back in the push-up position. Curl your hips under. Back in the downward dog. Feel that upper back stretch. Back to push-up position. One more, guys. Back to downward dog. And back to your push-up position. Good. On your feet. Let's do our angels. If you have a wall close, you can stand next to the wall. Make sure your back, your lower back, and your heels are on the wall. You're going to keep your elbows, forearms, and knuckles against the wall, and you're going to come up till you feel the stretch. Then you're going to come back down. Nice, slow, small movement. If you don't have a wall, picture a wall being behind you. Keep everything here in alignment and just move up with your scapula till you feel your stretch, and then move it down. Open the chest up. You're not just cranking like you're doing a military press. You're using the scapula to come up, feel that stretch, come back down. Curl your hips under once again. Really open that chest up. Like I said, if you don't have a wall, picture a wall being behind you. One more. All right, guys, shake it out. It's good work. Remember, we worked on a lot of stuff here. Make sure you go to the pool. Every single stroke, you mindfully apply everything you're working on here. Don't just go to the pool and start spinning your arms and not thinking about the 3 phases of the stroke, not thinking about your wide entry, the entry at an angle. Put all this stuff together. Don't get overwhelmed. Think about one thing at a time. There should be not one stroke, not one length at the pool that you're not thinking about something. So pick something to focus on each set. Focus on that one thing. Next set, move on to the next thing. Next set, move on to the next thing. So you're always focusing on staying present and focusing on the little things. So thanks for joining, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.